So the question is, RFID. Is it time to invest in an RFID solution development capability? We think yes. We think RFID has been real for a decade or more. It hasn't lived up to the hype. The hype has been wrong, but what's right is the time. The time is right now because the solutions are providing return on investment for the intelligent application of the technology. And we think it's going to matter for ScanSource, and we think the time is right for the local, expert, independent systems integrator and value-added reseller. In fact, we think the channel might play the leading role in the development of the RFID market over the next few years. Let me explain why. Our latest data tells us that whereas in 2008, end users and deployers of RFID looked for the channel in approximately a third of their spending, today, in our latest studies, that number has gone up to 55%. When we polled nearly 600 evaluators and deployers of RFID solutions, nearly 60%, 55% told us their preferred source for learning about and spending on and deploying RFID solutions was with the expert, value-added reseller and independent systems integrator channel. The market is saying they want the channel. One of the things that we think is driving that is the performance of the channel historically and the potential of the channel over time. And that's in the application suite. RFID is not just about supply chain, inventory control, and related. It's about a number of applications, and a lot of those applications, the new ones, those that are yet to be documented, but those that are delivering ROI, were developed by, delivered by, and are being supported by the independent systems integrator. So let's look at three types of applications and prove the point. The first type of application is the meta application that we're all very familiar with, more or less, inventory control, supply chain management. Whereas it might be 70% of the market in 2008, we expect that while all the markets will grow, the share of the total spend might be only 40% in these meta apps. But the big part of the opportunity in meta apps going forward will be the tier 2 and the tier 3 deployment, 2010, 2012, 2014. These will be driven by the independent systems integrator and the value-added reseller. The second group or collection are the traditional or the historical point solutions. These are toll collection, security and access control, and related. Might grow from 10 to perhaps 15% of the market. Still a solid opportunity, still growing at an attractive rate for the independent systems integrator, but perhaps the biggest story is in the new applications, and a very broad collection of them, growing again from perhaps 10% of the market to perhaps being 45% of the market or more in 2014. So imagine a growing market, plus or minus 20% per year on average for the next 3 or 4 or 5, being driven as much by new applications in a very fragmented collection of applications, and they're being developed by and driven by the local expert value-added reseller and independent systems integrator. We're seeing more of this in our market sizing than virtually anything else on a go-forward basis. So the market wants the channel, the applications are being driven by the channel, tier 2 and 3 expansion will be driven by the channel. For us, RFID is real, it's got to be done carefully, it's got to be done intelligently, and we think it's got to be done with an expert channel.
Perfect. 3.